I am dedicating this episode to George Floyd and his family, who are continuously in my prayers. This episode is to amplify the voices of Black males. I wanted to get their feelings, their emotions, their thoughts and opinions on the situation that just happened within our community. Although this episode was concerning George Floyd, please remember Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, Tamir Rice, Eric Garner, Philando Castile, Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, and so many more. If you want to support or donate, you can go to change.org. You can go to naacp.org. You can also go to justiceforbigfloyd.com. If you can't donate, just share, sign a petition, spread the word, because this is everyone's fight and Black lives do matter. I have conducted a series of interviews with Black men. After listening, be sure to like, follow, subscribe, and you can visit www.shadesteeth.com. Leave your feedback. This is the first episode. Everything was organic. Let me know how you feel. Enjoy.
No justice, no peace. 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 No justice.
So first, just general, what are your general thoughts about it? How are you feeling, knowing everything that happened? It just happened on the 25th, and everything is going up so fast. So how are you feeling? How are your emotions?
Based on basically everything that's going on, in Minnesota?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I feel like, honestly, that shit is gross. People are really out here, getting their lives taken from them for police officers who are supposed to be our first responders. These people are supposed to be, in actuality, our first line of defense against anything that we have to go up against. Yet they're the ones killing us for no reason. I felt like at first, before I knew all the details of the entire thing, I felt like it was definitely oh, they just killed a Black man again. You know what I mean? But then after that, once I found out the details of it was over a bounce check, and the check really actually didn't even bounce, so they killed him for no reason, that is mortifying, especially being a Black man in America. You know what I mean? This can literally happen to me. Apparently, for anything happening now, according to what the police officer's agenda is looking like. So
even if the check really did bounce, do you still think they responded in the correct way?
Fuck no. Way. That's they responded in the worst way they could possibly respond in. I understand niggas be feeling oh, they're threatened because they weak and shit, but it's there was no reason to even put your foot in that man's neck with 4 other officers next to you. Mm-hmm. Not only do that, but stay on his neck for 10 minutes to the point where he's telling you he can't breathe and you still won't let him up, bro. What kind of shit is that? For real? What's wrong with you? That's some weak masculinity shit. You have to prove that you're above somebody. So you put them in a position in which they're able to not fight back, but now you killed him, and I hope he gets everything coming to him type shit.
Okay, so when you say he gets everything coming to him, what type of penalty do you think the officer should receive?
Oh, fuck that nigga. Straight up, I don't give a fuck what they do to him, bro. He goes to jail, that would be fine. I hope he goes to jail. That's the most legal thing that I hope happens to him. Because it's firstly, it's you're not just gonna kill a Black man and then just get away with that shit completely, moving states and shit. Because apparently he was in Minnesota and bro moved to Florida and shit. You're not just
Florida.
Yeah. That's not how that's supposed to work. So I feel they really need to get this nigga for real. Put his ass in jail. He needs to go to jail. And that's the most legal I'm gonna get. Because there's other ways that I feel it can go down, but I'm gonna just leave that happen if it happens.
So do you feel since George Floyd lost his life, should the officer lose his life, or is jail enough? Because that's the big debate.
So it's I don't really like to wish death on people, you know what I mean? Because it's that's just a real fucked up thing to do, for real. But it's this man just got away. He got fired. fired meaning that he can possibly get another job later on in the future. You know what I mean? I don't want this
Yeah.
man on the streets at all. So I feel like really in my terms, I feel like putting him in jail is fine. That's like the best route to go. Now, like
Hmm.
I said, like if he gets fucked up, you know, I'm not gonna be complaining. I'm not. But I feel like they should just put bro in jail for murder because that was murder. He murdered this man. It was like torture because it's not like the man wasn't like telling everyone exactly what was going on. He literally said, "I cannot breathe," and this nigga basically said, "I do not give a fuck." So
Yeah. I read somewhere that, well, actually, it was on, I think it was on another podcast that his friend said that he was calling out for his mom, and his
I
mom
seen that too.
is dead, and he knew. So when you think about things like that, do you fear for your life in the presence of a police officer?
Man, police officers had me fearing for my life from like Trayvon Martin days. Now it's just heightened. Everything is heightened. Like you know, good luck. Shout out to all the like decent police officers out there and shit. You know what I mean? Because there are a few of
Hmm.
them, but
Yeah, there definitely are, right?
yeah, but you know, like police officers definitely are not like some of my top people. Like they make me fear for my life, quite simply
Hmm.
because they have guns and have the ability to shoot us at any reason they want to. And it's like I can't just go and shoot a police officer, determining if he's about to shoot. You know what I mean? Like he has that authority over me that I feel like people shouldn't really be having over me unless I did some crazy shit.
Yeah.
But he like, or I'm saying he, it could be anything. Fuck. But yeah, man, police definitely have me fearing for my life and really for the life of all my like brothers and sisters and shit, like everybody, because this can literally happen to anybody for any reason due to a traffic stop, fucking speeding ticket, like anything, and it just can go left instantly.
Yeah. Speaking of things going left,
Huh?
how are you feeling about the looting, everything that's going down in Minnesota with them setting fire to the Target, setting fire to the police station, the protests? What are your thoughts on that?
Shit, I guess that's like a nut. Like fuck them niggas. Like like Target, basically, I heard that the reason they lit the fire to Target and like started looting it and shit is because Target refused to sell them like amenities after they were protesting, such as like milk for their eyes after being tear gassed and shit. So
Hmm.
I'm like, Target became a Target, nigga. Like, sucks. Like,
Target is a target.
yeah, straight up. So it's like, yeah, I feel like that shit is justified because it's like the amount of peaceful protesting that people were doing, the amount of just, people had like I seen a tweet and it was like, oh, they had a problem when people were just kneeling. You know what I mean? They had a problem when
Hmm.
people were just kneeling. So it's like we've tried. The peaceful shit. We've gotten there. We've gotten to the peaceful protests. We've gotten to just trying to voice our views on people, our little peaceful protests, and like the actions that we take. And I feel like these shits is definitely how it should go now. We hit in their pockets because they not gonna listen to us. We need to have some sort of like mayhem. That's what it was. So now these niggas created an entire ruckus that has gotten them put on, the map. Like people need to understand, like, oh, you can't just do whatever you want to us and not expect any sort of like retaliation. Like you can't just kill people and then expect people to just not give a fuck about it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah. So it's like,
So
yeah. I'm sorry. Go
no,
ahead.
no, you're good. Yeah, I'm happy you're talking.
Yeah.
Um, but did you see the recent post that 45 made?
That 45 made? No.
Okay, I'm going to read it to you. Well, I'm going to read a piece of it to you,
Okay.
and tell me. So the tweet said, "These thugs are dishonoring the memory of George Floyd, and I won't let that happen. Just spoke to Governor Tim Walz and told him that the military is with him all the way. Any difficulty, and we will assume control. When the looting starts, the shooting starts."
Oh, you said
So
45. You funny as fuck, Shanta. I
I
was
would
gonna
not. I would not address. I would not address him. No offense to whoever's listening and does support him. I will not address him as the title that he currently claims because I don't believe he is. He is mine.
say
Okay,
straight
so
up. Fuck that. Like, bro, it's literally like so yeah, I did see that. My bad. He basically just finding like a little smart way to basically say, hey, you can shoot these niggas if they be like
Right.
doing shit. Like that's all I heard when he said that shit because he called us thugs. Like you ain't had to call not a damn soul a thug. Like when the first niggas like all the white people was going and fucking protesting and being all in the officer's face and pushing on them and shit, you ain't call them a thug. They were like nice people, and now they're thugs because they're black. So
Mhm.
like bro gotta that's just some dumb shit. Like I never thought I'd ever hear a fucking president say some shit like that ever. Like you gotta have more tact in the position that you're in. You gotta be able to word things differently. And the fact that he didn't word things differently and he worded them exactly how he worded them, meaning that he said what he said type shit, you know
Mhm.
that he just doesn't care. As in, like, nothing like of this probably matters to him. He just gives a fuck about the places that are being looted and stuff. He don't care about the lives involved.
Right. I feel like to a certain extent he's trying to eradicate, people who are radical, people who are protesting, people who actually go out there and do those things. So with all the protests and everything that's going on, do you think in the future that things will get, so maybe like 10 years from now, do you think that things will be the same for black men, be better for black men, or worse?
So, um, hmm, I feel like the immediate repercussions for all of this rioting probably is not going to be like immediately beneficial for us as black people
Right.
because it's just no way that we're really gonna like do all of this stuff and then they're just not gonna also retaliate in some type of way. Now I feel like this is a stepping stone 100% for basically like relations between police officers and black people in the future, maybe to get better, hopefully, because white people be on some shit, man. Like they be on some shit. So it's like I feel like it definitely is a way to begin understanding that you can't just do whatever the fuck you want to do. And understanding that is usually like the pathway to like understanding that hey, maybe we should listen to what these people have to say, or maybe we should like understand where all of these people are coming from and not be so hard on them and shit. Because I feel like that's what happens. Like shit, I beat a few niggas ass in my life, and after that shit, we had no problems. So it's like that's what it is. I feel like we having this little qualm. We gonna have this little quarrel. Niggas gonna get agitated. They gonna get active, and
Mm.
then hopefully it turned out for the best in the end run. Like I believe they need to keep riding, cause like I said, fuck these niggas, bro. Like they haven't done anything good for us right now, but like they're just fucking us up. Like yeah, I feel like it's necessary, and I hope it gets better in the future. But at the moment, it's just taking a real toll on the black people for sure, cause it's just stressful.
There is so much power in your voice. I'm like, keep talking, keep talking, keep talking. I'm so glad. I'm so glad we're doing this.
Hell
But
yeah.
yeah, I'm so excited to see the range of different answers. I know even when I just think about, I think about my little brother.
Mm.
I went in there and I was like, I just started hugging him. I was like, I'm so glad. Like, you don't understand, like, the thought that when you leave this house you may not come back. It's so scary for everyone. And it's like, people don't understand how scary that is. They're like, oh, this only happens to a certain amount of black men, this only happens to XYZ, or they were doing XYZ. It really doesn't matter because Trayvon Martin wasn't doing anything. So that's where all the fear honestly begins with my little brother. Because people try to say that, as a black woman, I don't know what it's like to be a black man, but people around me that I value, that I love, are black men, black boys growing up. So that's why has really been getting to me, and I really wanted to. This is probably going to be the first episode.
I am Gary Bright.